Good morning, and welcome to a very, very special edition of Truth to Power. I am surrounded by so much beauty here on the set, not just on the table in front of me, but also sitting alongside of me as well. And today we're going to talk, the first segment, we're going to talk about living well, looking right, and feeling beautiful. And that's going to be with one of my special guests. And her name, you probably know her already. You've probably seen her on various talk shows and TV and radio, heard her on radio. But for those few that might not know who she is, her name is Miss Gloria Gaines Hanna. And alongside of her is another face that you probably don't need to really go into Google to see who this is, because if you watch any of the shows here at Watkins Broadcasting, Truth to Power, or any of the other shows, you will recognize our general manager, our station manager, and in some eyes, the executive director of Watkins Broadcasting, WHPR TV, and that is Maxine Willis. Ms. Willis, it is such a pleasure to have you on the set. And I know when you're on the set with us, great things are going to happen. And I just want to make one quick announcement before we get started. We're hoping that we're going to also be joined by Commissioner Martha Scott. For those of you that know Martha Scott, she's a legend in Highland Park. She was a former mayor of Highland Park, and she is currently the Wayne County Commissioner that represents Highland Park as well. So we're hoping that they're going to dedicate a street tomorrow, and they're going to be at the McGregor Library, but I'll let her get into details about that. So she hopefully will be able to call in and give more details, and it's so nice to get an opportunity to have a person that can get all the accolades and all the credit and all the respect that they are due. And she is such a treasure, not just in Detroit, but all of Highland Park, Wayne County, as well as the state. And a little bit of history, just something real quick about her, was that she also knew the young lady that ran for president, and her name happened to be Shirley Chisholm, Congresswoman. So we've all got some stories to tell about Commissioner Scott, but before we get started, I just want to share with everyone, tomorrow, I got acquainted with this young lady that's in the middle between myself and Miss Willis. And that was through a young lady named Minister Esther Barganier, who is having a event, her and her sister, Valerie Robinson. They're having an event, and it's called Live Well Detroit, and it's going to be in Paradise Valley, which is located at 2160 Mount Elliott, Detroit, and that's right there, probably almost a stone's throw away from Highland Park High School on the east side of Detroit. And it's a free event, and it's going to go from 1 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow until 6 in the evening. And they're going to have a variety of resources, speakers, a lot of information they're going to disseminate out to the public, as well as they're going to have DJs, food, and one of the things that Minister Esther said was that those that are foodies, that love food, there's going to be a lot of vendors that will be there, and there will be taste testing. So come get an opportunity, test some of the great food from some of those food vendors that come out, and it'll give you a chance to go and enjoy the festivities. There's going to be raffle giveaways, and we'll give you more information about that during the show. But right now, we are joined by the Honorable Wayne County Commissioner Martha Scott. Commissioner Scott, welcome to Truth to Power this morning.
Thank Good morning.
And we just wanted to pretty much like talk about this upcoming dedication that they're going to do for you tomorrow to celebrate you and celebrate your life, Commissioner Scott. Can you tell us a little bit about what are the festivities that's going to go on tomorrow in Highland Park?
Well, they're going to name my street Martha G. Scott.
And where's it going to be at? What's the street that they're going to rename after you?
My street, which is Rhode Island and Woodward.
So it's going to be Rhode Island today, but tomorrow it's going to be Martha G. Scott.
Well, it'll be both.
Well, I'm joined here by two ladies that would love to go and let you know how much they love and appreciate you and how much they are very, very much, wanting to let you know how they are so honored. And I know myself and I know Miss Willis will be there tomorrow. This is Maxine Willis, the general manager of WHPR, that's on the show with me today. And also my other guest is Gloria Gaines Hannah, and they both would love to tell you how much they appreciate you as well.
Well, this is an honor.
Well, it is an honor to hear your voice. We wish that the next time we could have you in the station, but we're looking forward to going and seeing you tomorrow and seeing your lovely face when they do the honor for you. Ms. Willis?
Yeah.
Commissioner, this is Maxine, and first of all, I want to...
Maxine.
Hi, sweetheart. I just want to thank you, first of all, for taking the opportunity this morning to call into the station. You know that we love you here. We are just honored and thrilled to have you on the show this morning. We congratulate you. Words can't even describe what you mean to us and to this city and to this state. Highland Park is a better city because of you. We are better people because of you. So we just wanted you to know this morning how proud we are. You are known for your dedication of listening and being available to your constituents. And we hear that all the time. You've been a trailblazer. You've been an example for us as women, being the first African-American mayor in a Michigan city. And I can just go on and on with the accolades to let you know how excited we are. And we know that Martha G. Scott, the G stands for us, for greatness, gorgeous, giving. So I can just go on and on. And gifted. So on behalf of Mr. R.J. Watkins, our president, Mr. Henry Tyler, our vice president, and the entire WHPR staff, we congratulate you. We love you. And I would not miss this opportunity to bogart myself this morning on Mr. Griffin's show. They know I'm behind the scenes. After Keys Kids, I hung up my my hosting title. But when I knew you were going to call in, I could not miss this opportunity. You know, you have been a part of my life when I met you over 30-something years ago. And I'll never forget how you encouraged me. And if I can be half the woman that you are as it relates to your public service, then I thank God for you. And I thank God for tomorrow that you will be honored in the manner that you are so deserving.
Thank you so much, Maxine. You know, I do appreciate you. I love you. And you have been great for this total community. And I thank God for the mission that he gave me to serve people.
Well, I'm going to say this, Commissioner Scott, that very few people can put tears in our general manager's eyes. But you have done so, and these are happy tears that she's getting ready to shed because of the love and the dedication that you have brought to her, and as she said, to so many people. The last time when we saw you, you had that smile that just brightened everybody at the Freedom Fund dinner at Huntington Place this summer.
That's right.
and I don't know if you remember me, but I was one of the ones that helped escort you down the hall, you and Diane McMillan and Livonia Pearman, when we
right,
were.
I do remember.
And one thing that I do want to say too is that I want to thank Miss Kimberly McDade for getting in contact with you.
Yes.
And to make this happen this morning for you to be on the Truth to Power show with myself, Miss Gaines, Hannah, and Miss Willis. But I just want to give Miss Gaines Hannah a chance to kind of echo some of the thoughts that she has about you at the same time.
All right. Thank you, Kim.
Hello. Good morning, Commissioner.
Good
How are you
morning.
doing? This is Gloria Gaines Hannah. I'm a scientist and inventor of a product. I was looking so forward to meeting you this morning because I had a package for you. One of my skin product packages, and you know how we love to make sure that our community is well kept, well delivered, and well orchestrated. You know, the celebration tomorrow, I will be at another function, but I will leave that function to make sure I come to your celebration for you receiving an honor that you well deserve. You know, we look at entrepreneurs and Black excellence and all of those things, and we look up to them, but we forget those trailblazers who really truly made a difference. And I remember you when I was a little bit younger, and I remember the attitude that you had in protecting Highland Park. I was a Detroit narcotic police officer at that time, and when you met me before, and some of the officers from Detroit left our Detroit and came over and worked in Highland Park. I know you recall that. So
Yeah.
I feel like I'm family, although I'm not. I'm in love with what you presented to Highland Park, to the Black women that's coming up behind you, those who are there, who want to watch you and explore the avenues of a commissioner like you. Thank you. I'm
Thank
not
you.
in Detroit.
And just know that we're all family.
That's
Absolutely.
right.
Absolutely. I guess I was saying not DNA, but we're definitely connected, you know, spiritually and socially, of course.
Yeah.
One of the things I wanted to ask you is that with the street, when they're naming the street for you, are there going to be any directional signs change in the legal map books, or is this just going to be for Detroit area? How do they handle that?
You know, I really don't know.
Well, you know, the one thing that we're looking at too, how did you feel when they told you that they were going to dedicate the street Rhode Island in your name?
Well, it was an honor. You know, I do what I do because God gave me a mission to do it. So I'm just honored when anyone else, you know, thinks that I've done a great job.
Well, you know, you've got a lot of accomplishments. Is there any accomplishment that you have experienced that means more to you than all the rest of them? And I mean, you've got a plethora of accomplishments, but is there anything that really kind of something that's set aside to really, when Martha G. Scott gets up in the morning, she is so proud of all the accomplishments? Is there one in particular that stands out?
Well, the Davison Freeway really stands out to me. And there are so many more. But the Davison Freeway, because they was going to make a ditch out of it. Governor Engler, when I was in Lansing, I was in the legislature. And I went to the legislature in 1995. And I found out that it was going to be a ditch. So I began to work with the community and my colleagues in Lansing. And so.
And you know, and another thing that I know you from, when Janice Hazel and Livonia Pearman brought you over to Local 600, I was emceeing a program that we had when we showed the movie Shirley Chisholm. You remember that?
Oh, listen, that's how I started. That's the lady. You know, a lady came by my house, a friend of mine, asking me to be a precinct delegate. And I said, no way. She said, why? I said, because politics is dirty. She said, then you get in there and help clean it up. She said, if Shirley Chisholm can run for president of the United States, you can certainly be a precinct delegate. Well, Shirley Chisholm was my idol, along with Barbara Jordan.
Ooh.
And that's why in 1972, I decided to be a precinct delegate. I'm even a precinct delegate today because it's about service.
Well, are you on a speakerphone?
Yeah, maybe I should take the speaker off. Okay, I'll take
Okay,
the
because that's what
speaker
we
off.
hear. It sounds like there might be some
Now, 'cause I
other
can hardly
noise
hear
in
you.
the
That's why I
background.
went on
So we just
speakerphone.
had Henry Tyler, our all around everything here at the station, to come out and kind of, direct us in terms of, say, to ask you whether or not if that was the case. But now when you look at the accomplishments that you've had, who are some of the people? I know you said about Barbara Jordan, and I know you mentioned about Shirley Chisholm. Who are some of your other heroes?
Oh, there are people that was right here, in Michigan. Council President Irma Henderson was one of my idols also. And just a number of folks. Keola Hunter, who was the first black woman elected at the state, to be a leader there. She's one of them. There are so many.
And
John Doe Citizen has helped me a lot. There was one of my Highland Park lived on this street. Reverend Penny Dennis helped me a lot. One of the women that I worked with at Michigan Bell, Mary Oliver. Both of them are gone home to glory. But they were all a part of my life. So many people. We can't do anything alone. We have to keep working at it.
And you served under several governors. Any governor in particular that you had such a, had an outstanding relationship with?
Well, let's see. The governor that we have today, she and I served together. And I asked her when I was in the legislature to run. So, yes, Governor Granholm, she signed my bill, number of bills that I did. But one of the most important ones was so that we could know our history. Okay. I'm having a
Well, the one thing that I would say is that looking at the bills that you orchestrated, looking at the people that you encouraged, looking at the people that you have inspired, there are so many, just along with these two beautiful ladies on this set with me, that are very much inspired, and especially as Ms. Willis was saying, in terms of because you broke a glass ceiling.
That's right. Yes.
And that's right there. That is something to really stand proud about. And you are someone that so many people will write in their history books about how much you meant to them and the inspiration that you've been to so many, not just women, but to men as well. I mean, I'm very inspired by you. I was looking at something that Kimberly McDade sent me last night about you, and it was a article about you in a Highland Park newspaper that one of the gentlemen had put Chris Woodard's. He has a paper here in Highland Park.
Yeah, my neighbor.
and he had a nice article. I think it covered probably the whole paper. There wasn't enough trees that they could cut down to go and put it on paper about Commissioner Scott. So, but he tried. He had to kind of put a few advertisements in there, but he had to, but it was almost like a book that he wrote, about you and your legacy and all of the people that you have, come across, and how there are people that when we meet, there's a part of them that we take away with us. And there's so many pieces of Commissioner Martha Scott. There's so many people that, taken away, with them. But the nicest thing about this is that you'll be able to celebrate this along with so many people that are celebrating your legacy and celebrating you and all of the multitude of accomplishments that you've done. So, we are so proud to say that when we ride down Rhode Island Street in Highland Park, that we'll look up and we'll see Martha G. Scott on the street sign that will go and tell us, regardless of anything else, we know that Martha G. Scott lived here on Rhode Island Street, and we also know that Martha G. Scott is leaving her impression for the many beautiful residents of Highland Park. But, it's like, I think the thing is, you can see people that get their stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, but there aren't too many people that have a street named after them.
Absolutely.
And that's something that, regardless, because everybody in Highland Park can ride down Woodward and see your name on the street sign. And chances are, just as what Ms. Gaines Hannah was saying, they probably have to go and rewrite the maps.
Absolutely.
So that when people are looking at the GPSs on their phones with all this new technology, they'll be like, just, okay, if you're going to Rhode Island, it was Rhode Island, but now it's Martha G. Scott. Is it going to be a boulevard, an avenue, or just street?
I believe it's a boulevard.
Oh, that's even better right there. I
I believe that's what they told me.
How many boulevards we got here in Wayne County? You right there with Oakman Boulevard, West Grand Boulevard, East Grand Boulevard. Now there's Martha G. Scott Boulevard. So, people will be so pleased. But is there anything? Because we got to wrap up in a second. This segment. But is there anything else that you'd like to say, Commissioner Scott, before we wrap this segment up?
Well, I just thank you all for even asking me to share with you this morning. I'm just grateful for God giving me the opportunity to do what I've been able to do.
Well, it was our pleasure.
If I made any impression on anyone, I'm grateful.
Well, it was our pleasure, Ms. Willis. Miss Gaines Hannah, did you want to say anything real quick before we wrap?
Yes, we went down the memory lane of all of the people, Commissioner, that you have passed, and you have dedicated yourself to public, I would say, interests. But I wanted to ask you a question. Have you sat down and wrote down how many people you have helped throughout all of these years? Because I know a few names who's come under you. And it's always, you give things to people when they're gone. You're here. And we want to really respect those people also, those who came under you and you've made a difference in their life. I know that you have done it for a whole lot of African American proud Black women who's in politics and who are not in politics. But do you know anyone specifically that you can recall that you brought along the way just by your skills and your dedication to your profession?
They have to tell me that I did something for I don't know. Truthfully, I run into folks, and then they'll say to me, you know, you made a difference in my life. You know, I was also chair of the 13th Congressional District.
Mm-hmm.
And there was an election, there was someone running against me, and so they had the state to come down to oversee the election, and there were two young women who came up to me and say, I voted for you today because you made a difference in my life.
Mm.
You know, I don't know if I would know them today if I saw them.
Oh.
I really don't. I just do at the moment what I think I'm supposed to do.
Well, you're not gone, so you're gonna do a whole lot more.
Absolutely.
But I just know, there's some names
Absolutely.
out there who want to come tomorrow and celebrate that, walking down that street that's under your name, your boulevard, and I'm sure they want to stop and give you accolades also.
Well, I will be glad to hear from them and know that I made a difference in their life.
And there's going to
But
probably
one
be.
that I completely forgot was Jackie L. Curry.
Jackie.
Oh,
Oh,
see,
wow.
I knew it. I knew
Yes.
it. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because I was working at Michigan Bell,
Mm.
and I was a precinct delegate at the time, and she said to me that the gentleman that was a county commissioner in Hamtramck was resigning and taking a public works job, and she said it would be open, so you should come down.
Mm.
Well, I took a half a day vacation from Michigan Bell because back in those days you couldn't really tell them that you were in politics.
Yeah.
So I went down, and only to find out that there were 13 white males vying for that position.
Mm.
And I walked away that day as Wayne County Commissioner.
Amen.
So this is my second time at the county.
Well, we just want to make certain too, and I'm gonna let Ms. Willis give her parting remark, but we want to get a picture of you underneath the street sign
Oh,
that
yes.
bears your name
Yes.
tomorrow. So you're gonna
Absolutely.
probably have a lot of
Yes.
people wanting to take pictures with
Wow.
you tomorrow.
Wow.
But I'm gonna let Ms. Willis, before we wrap, I'm gonna let Ms. Willis say something to you real quick.
Commissioner, you know that, well, you know how much I love you. Every time I see you, I tell you, and I can't wait to tell you tomorrow.
I do appreciate
And
you.
get that great big hug from you. And in my travels throughout this city, working with children and families, it's been just an honor to hear your name mentioned so many times. And I am certainly one of those people, one of those young women that you've impacted my life, that I am the woman I am today because of you.
Mm.
And with your style and your grace and your tenacity, your transparency, that what you've learned and gained from Trailblazers, you have epitomized that. And now we are looking up to you. So as a
Wow.
media outlet, I thank God every day that right here in Highland Park, that and I'm speaking on behalf of Mr. Watkins and Mr. Tyler, that we will forever be grateful for the difference that you've made in the city of Highland Park, and the fact that we will continue to keep your legacy, your accomplishments alive in this city and throughout this state.
What time is the ceremony? I'm sorry.
And you have always, Commissioner Scott, you always have a standing invitation. And I can speak on behalf of our president, R.J.
Amen.
Watkins,
Yes.
our general manager, Maxine Willis, our everything here at the station, HT, Henry Tyler, Lorenzo Cox, Tim Smith, Ariana Watkins, and myself, Darwin Griffin, that we offer you a open door policy here at the station
Wow.
whenever you want
Well,
to
you
come.
all have really made my day.
Oh, wow.
Well, you've made
made
ours.
our day,
and-
ours.
and-
Absolutely. You've made our
and-
day, our week, our year.
And tomorrow we're going to make sure that we let you know.
Yes.
And
yes.
everybody that comes to celebrate you and celebrate this signage on this Street, Rhode Island. And tomorrow, what time is it again?
From 12 to 2.
12 to 2 o'clock at the McGregor Library. We will be there with bells on our toes.
Amen.
Right.
But we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. We hope that you have a beautiful rest of the day, and we are so very honored to have had you to
Thank
call
you. I
in
look forward
to the show
seeing
today.
you all.
Have a great rest of this afternoon and day. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye to all of you.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Gloria Gaines Hannah. So stay tuned.
Magique 4, an amazing product, 100% pure essential oils. Let me ask you a question. What is the contributing factor for hair loss, hair thinning, psoriasis, eczema, acne, itching, razor bumps, dandruff, and most skin disorders? It has been scientifically proven that the common factor is hair follicles all over your body that is being profoundly attacked, damaged, eaten, destroyed by the Demodex mite, an ectoparasite that lives at the follicle and beneath the skin, that is sucking up and swallowing your sebaceous oils, whose function is to lubricate and hydrate those follicles. Do you want to stop the destruction of our follicles and restore the damage contributing to our follicles? Order Magique 4. Hi, my name is Gloria Gaines Hannah. I am the creator and the inventor of the only product that has terminated, suffocated, and annihilated the Demodex mite. Magique 4. Call 248-730-3332.
Feel good about your future with tuition-free programs at Wayne County Community College District. Whether you want to be in healthcare, computer science, the culinary arts, digital media, or robotics and automation for the next generation of vehicles, WCCCD has you covered. A full range of programs to achieve your goals, fit your schedule, and give you all the support you need to be successful. All of it tuition-free. Now there's something to feel good about. Register today at wcccd.edu.
Muscles, joints, or feet tired, achy, or distressed? Tried everything? Ringmaster Rubbing Oil is a vintage topical pain reliever, trusted for over 70 years, with a rich formula for the treatment of stubborn aches and pains. Packaged in a glass bottle for purity, our liquid can also be used in warm water for foot soaks and compresses. A little goes a long way. Try our time-tested formula, available in several sizes.
Make a donation to WHBR-TV and receive two 2-ounce bottles of Ringmaster Rubbing Oil for $25. Call 313-868-6612.
Every Monday through Friday from 12 noon to 3 p.m., it's the Tavis Smiley Show, distributed by R.J. Watkins Studios.
Clean up on aisle 5. Sounds like my life right now. Just one big mess.
What's going on?
It's my property taxes.
What?
I am behind, and I am so worried that I'm going to lose my house. I can pay some of it, but I can't pay it all at once.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm Eric Sabri, the Wayne County Treasurer. The last thing I want is for anyone to lose their property to tax foreclosure. We have assistance programs to help.
For more information, go to treasurer.waynecounty.com.
We're here to help.
Block time is available. Get yours. Call 313-868-6612. That's 313-868-6612. Executive producer R.J. Watkins. Program director Henry Tyler. 107.5 FM. WGPR HD3. RadioWeCanSee.com.
And welcome back. You are watching a very special edition of Truth to Power. I'm your host, Darwin Griffin, and we were very, very appreciative to Wayne County Commissioner Martha Scott for calling in and talking about the great tribute that she's going to have tomorrow. But before we start with my special guest, I just wanted to finish what we were doing. Miss Hannah is going to be, Gaines Hannah, she's going to be at the Live Well Festival that's going on tomorrow at Paradise Valley. So when you get an opportunity to hear her talk about her product, that you can come and you can go and sample and purchase some of her product when you come down to Paradise Valley for their Live Well Detroit Festival tomorrow. That's going to be at 2160 Mount Elliott in Detroit, on the east side of Detroit. And if you want more information about the event, it's going to be from 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. But if you want more information, you can go and you can contact Minister Esther at area code 313-854-4142, or you could go to her email address, and that's estherbar60@gmail.com. So they're looking forward to having you come. You can get a chance to network. You can get a chance to talk to some of the resources that's there. Urban League, Iron Sharpens Iron Foundation, Hope and Power, Empower You Community Outreach, and also the Purple Door. And then we will be there representing Watkins Broadcasting. We'll be there tomorrow. And also my compadre, the president of the Detroit Downriver A. Philip Randolph Institute, Ms. Andrea Hunter. And we'll be down there also, too, through APRI. Dorsey and Wesley will be there, and we will be registering people to vote. So we're going to have a table set up. It's going to have A. Philip Randolph on there, and you'll be able to go and talk to Ms. Wesley, and she'll be glad to give you a voter registration form for you to fill out, and she will take it and turn it in to the Election Commission and make certain that probably within the next, I'd say, couple of weeks, you will get your voter registration card. So we're trying to go and eliminate any excuses that people have when it comes down to registering to vote, either absentee, early, or in person. So again, there's so many resources. Want to thank again Kimberly McDade for allowing us to get in contact with having this conversation with Commissioner Scott, and want to thank Minister Esther for allowing my special guest today, Ms. Gloria Gaines Hannah, to be on the show with us today. But welcome to Truth to Power.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me. I appreciate this. This is an honor. I was on here with the commissioner, and honored to speak with her. And also, I'm so pleased that you are giving my dear friend Esther a platform for her Live Well Detroit vendor show tomorrow, festival. And I will be participating with my product called Magique 4. And I will be there to give samples, but also to sell, and also to introduce people to pure product.
Now, talk about your samples, Magique and pure product. Talk about how did you derive the names, number one, for for the product, your product line, and then also what inspired you to start your business?
Well, the name Magique 4 is Magique is the Latin word for magic. Mm-hmm. So I, in turn, logoed that so that it can give some inspiration to I was doing magic or therapeutic treatment to areas that had not been restored. So that's how I got the name. But regarding how I started inventing these products, I am a scientist, but more importantly, I had about 5 to 6, actually 7 beauty spas all over Michigan, in Livonia, Farmington Hills, Farmington, different areas, Detroit. And what I did was I had so many clients coming that was having discrepancy with their skin, with their hair loss, with their different body functions with the skin that was causing others. See, one triggered the other. And a lot of patients came in, and I call them patients because I'm a registered nurse, and when I was working, I had doctors working under me, and we were always curious about what is it that everything centralized around the hair follicle. Everything. If you had acne or lupus or skin disorder, it came from the hair follicle. That sebaceous gland, that sudoriferous gland, which is the sweat gland. It always was something, the hair loss. It was always not that the information that the doctors was out there telling us. It was actually the hair follicle. And what I found out, it was a particular ecto parasite that was harming our skin. And they all correlated. If you had acne, psoriasis, itching, hair loss, any type of disorder, or a hair thinning, or baldness, especially for men, and any skin disorder that didn't heal, or mostly psoriasis and eczema. Those are different skin that we all live with. But because there was always a temporary fix, I had to study through my scientific training and my chemistry training. I wanted to know exactly what could we do to that hair follicle to stimulate growth, to stop the loss of hair, to clear up the skin and the face, to stop the processes of wrinkles or whatever you had on your body, and or more importantly, your nails, any nail fungus. And a lot of diabetic patients was coming to my spas, and when they came, I would see that they would have a black toe. It's almost like this is what a lot of diabetic patients get, and they almost have amputees from it, amputations, because they didn't have circulation to that area because of the fungus or that particular ectoparasite that was harming them. And the trigger for all of this was the Demodex mite. And as I explained to my product, that it is very important for people not to get adulterated information on products, skin, hair, and nails, and body, because those products sit on your skin and block the circulation where it causes more on the skin, on the epidermis layer. So I invented these products I invented so that they can correct those particular losses or dysfunctioning or what we quote as diseases. Actually, I'm not a doctor. I can't utilize the word cure, but my product is actually restoring from the beginning. I mean, my products you can even use, I've stopped cradle cap. I don't know if you know a man. I don't know if you know what that is on a baby.
I've heard that.
You heard?
But you can kind of explain to the viewing audience, what does that mean?
Cradle cap on a baby. I know all the women out there understand. But it's accumulation of the hair follicles, which is the sebaceous gland, oil, and sudoriferous gland, which is the sweat or the hydration you have, and the erectile pili, which is a muscle or a nerve that attached to all this. It's a little unit that overproduce when a child is born because they don't have the immune system built yet. So therefore, they are shooting out oils, and those oils solidify on the scalp. They dry up and they become hard as a rock, and it hurts them. It really hurts them. I invented a product Magique 4, which is a pure oil, 17 different oils in it, eucalyptus, rosemary, peppermint, all the purest of the oils. And I invented that to remove that crater cap, so all it do is slide off like butter. So they wouldn't have this accumulation there. And also I was stimulating that baby's hair follicles to have its own topical immune system. So that's what I invented in my product. And I realized that people who have been hair loss for 15, 20 years dared me. I've been going to the doctors for injections, and I've been doing this, and none of this stuff worked. And I said, let's try it. Let's try it for a month with my product, and let's see what happens.
You know, it's so refreshing because my degree is in biology. So it's kind of
Mine
refreshing when I'm talking to somebody and the words that you're using, you know, I understand like ecto and endo, you know, those words.
Absolutely.
But what causes hair loss in both men and women?
The cause of hair loss is not what the doctor's been telling you. It's not DNA. It's not your aging. It's not tight braids and chemicals around your thing. They assist in that hair loss, but they're not the cause. The real cause, and I hope that they can catch this on air. You can hold it. This right here, you can hold it up. That's a Demodex mite. This right here causes all of those skin disorders that I was mentioning. All of this little mice is called Demodex mite, and it lives on your follicle. It only lives off of your sebaceous oils and it only lives on your sebaceous oils and on your sweat glands. It doesn't feed. It's not a protein. It don't eat anything else. It lives only there. And when people lose their hair, as you ask, when they lose their hair, what happens is, as they get age, they accumulate. They accumulate to your age. That's why when people are 50 and 60 and saying, oh, this is normal. No, it isn't. That means all those Demodex mites, which was in the baby, which caused crater cap, that literally accumulated. And as they accumulate, as you get older, it accumulates, and therefore you are having all of these Demodex mites. Once I get rid of the Demodex mites for hair, psoriasis, itching, all of those things, once I get rid of them, you don't have that problem anymore. And that works from the chemicals, the pure oils that I'm utilizing. I'm not using topicals. These products literally penetrate the epidermis layer, and they go down to the follicle. They unblock the follicle. They terminate, suffocate, and annihilate the Demodex mite.
Now, just before
and you can look this up, by the way. I want people to start trusting and looking things up instead of just believing me.
Now, before we get started with some of your products, just talk about some of the, you kind of alluded to it just a second ago. What are a couple of the myths that people have when it comes down to skin care or hair care? Well,
the biggest myth was made in the 1950s. Caucasian women had the majority of the cosmetic industry locked up back then. And what they did was they made products for the skin. Mm-hmm. Oh, it can change wrinkles, they claim, and they can do this. But what they removed out of all those products, because they had a little information on alcohol, that's isopro. The 70 to 99%, they removed from all of their products because they told you and all the people that alcohol caused wrinkles. Biggest myth. And they took it out of all their products, so you wouldn't have any alcohol in your product. Well, you needed alcohol to terminate the bacteria that was on your skin or on your hair. Do you know how much stuff from the environment fall on you that you don't see with the human eye? So what they were doing is they were doing a selling point, a PR stunt back then. And to this day, it's so hard to get the myth out of people about rubbing alcohol. Every one of my products, you have to use alcohol before you touch your skin. Why? Because alcohol is a drying agent, and it also kills pathogens. And what's the first thing they use when you walk in the hospital?
They usually put alcohol on
That's
it.
exactly. They clean the area. Why?
Right.
Because you can't see the bacteria in the human eye. That's a big myth. But that's so programmed in people to this day. They said, oh, you telling me I have to use alcohol? Yes. I need you to clean the area before so my product can penetrate in there. So that's one myth. The other myth is that all these men and African American women are losing their hair because of the age, they got older, or because of product or what they're eating. Has nothing to do with that. It has some value to it, you know what I'm saying? But the main thing is that it literally is the Demodex mite that's living on your body and your human body, and that's what's eating your follicles, and that's why you're losing hair. And that's why you're going bald. It has nothing to do with DNA, has nothing to do with how old my mother and my grandfather, they lost hair at 40. That has nothing to do with it. It just so happened that happened because their Demodex mite accumulated more at that age. So that's another myth. You don't lose it because of the things they're telling. And the scientists, 17 scientists in June of 2022, put this out. They showed all of this happening. And you know these doctors are still giving injections for hair loss, and that's a myth that these injections are supposed to work. No, they do not. And the transplants, even the transplants that they're getting, it's great, but it's also temporary because you still got to kill the Demodex mites that's still living in that follicle. So that's a myth. Another big time myth I really, really need for them to get to is that pure oils are pure oils. Natural and organic, those things have to be supplemented by a supplement that will keep it, a preservative. So if you got a product and you put in a preservative in it, so it won't change colors in a year, shelf value, you know what I'm speaking of?
The shelf life.
Shelf life. If you got a product and you got you call it organic and you got 9% of a supplement in there, you've already cut the product value in half because it is not doing the function it's supposed to do because you got a preservative there trying to keep it alive until a year from now. Pure oils are not like that. Pure oils is pure.
Well, we got to take a break in a second,
Okay.
but I want you, if there's just kind of before we take the break, and then we'll come back so you can kind of identify some of your product. But is there any product in particular that you have, especially for? Because I know you also have some things. Because just to kind of do a disclaimer, your products have been tested on animals.
On animals and humans, yes. Because the animals have the same follicle that we have. You know, animals have, dogs have heart attack, they have sugar, diabetes, they have all the same thing. Their hair follicle is literally the same, has sebaceous oils, it's got the sudoriferous gland, it has all the same things. So that is similar. It's no change. You just know one is an animal and one is a human animal. So that's the only difference. So my product work on all of that. And before we go, I'm just going to do a quick show. Pure oils. This is Magique 4. Why is my product unique? Because my pure oil Magique 4 is in every single one of my products. In my soaps, and we'll talk about it later, in my soaps, in my lotions, in my hair care, in my funguses for your toes. And this one product is in every single one of these products. So I know that the function of this product is to kill the Demodex mite that cause the funguses, that cause the disorders, that cause the acne, the psoriasis, the eczema, all of that, the hair loss. This product is killing the Demodex mite. So if this product is in here, and I make sure this product, this oils, pure oils, is 17 of them, eucalyptus, rosemary, chamomile, the whole genre. If I can put this in there in certain notes, it's like notes when you're making music. It's a certain note in tea tree oil. It's a certain note in peppermint. It's a certain note and different things. When I put a certain note, all of them is Magique 4. All of these have Magique 4 in it. So therefore, you'll understand. I got a breather, and you're gonna do this on air for me. I'm gonna challenge you. This little thing is a nose inhaler. This literally stops migraine headaches. It stops snoring. You know, the man snore at night and his palate get flat. It stays up there. You take this and you put this in your nostril, and you breathe this, and you won't have any. You'll sleep like a baby at night. So my products are all pure oil. So even my inhaler has my 17 oils in it.
Wow. Well, you are not going to want to miss the next part of our segment with Miss Gloria Gaines Hanna, Magique 4, and we are looking forward to having you for the next segment of Truth to Power. Stay tuned.
Platforms are engaged. Copy. Get ready to launch your show or product. Periscope ready. We're 5x5 ready to launch. Copy that. Trend worldwide across all major platforms.
Ignition. 3, 2, 1.
The world is waiting. Watkins Broadcasting. More than just TV.
Magique 4, an amazing product, 100% pure essential oils. Let me ask you a question. What is the contributing factor for hair loss, hair thinning, psoriasis, eczema, acne, itching, razor bumps, dandruff, and most skin disorders? It has been scientifically proven that the common factor is hair follicles all over your body that is being profoundly attacked, damaged, eaten, destroyed by the Demodex mite, an ectoparasite that lives at the follicle and beneath the skin, that is sucking up and swallowing your sebaceous oils, whose function is to lubricate and hydrate those follicles. Do you want to stop the destruction of our follicles and restore the damage contributing to our follicles? Order Magique 4. Hi, my name is Gloria Gaines Hanna. I am the creator and the inventor of the only product that has terminated, suffocated, and annihilated the Demodex mite. Magique 4. Call 248-730-3332.
Block time is available. Get yours. Call 313-868-6612. That's 313-868-6612. Executive producer R.J. Watkins. Program director Henry Tyler. 107.5 FM. WGPR HD3. RadioWeCanSee.com.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
We are back. You are watching Truth to Power. I'm your host, Darwin Griffin, and we are joined here by the skincare, hair care aficionado, and this is none other than Gloria Gaines Hanna. Miss Hanna, I know we've got, not that much longer left in the segment, but I want you to kind of go into pretty much like the product that you have, and I'm going to just do some rapid fire questions with you pertaining to, now, what is the product that you have when it comes down to anti-aging?
Magique 4. Magique 4, 17 oils in it. With this particular product, Magique 4 is my master. By the way, all these have numbers. They have
numbers 2 all the way to my product up to 20.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing of it is, Magique 4, that oil's right in here, pure oils. Remember, the anti-aging is because of the Demodex mite sucking out your moisture and your hydration out of your skin. So, as we said in the last segment, that the Demodex mite is what we're trying to terminate. So this will change your wrinkles. Also, the Magique 3, which is a rehydrator, that moisturizer, because when I kill the Demodex mite, they dry and they run to the ends of your hair or your skin or whatever. And I have to and it's dry in that area. So I have to re-moisturize it and rehydrate with this particular product. Also, it stops wrinkles, but also this is a multifunction because it removes makeup. It also take your heels and you put this on your heels, your real dry heels, and you put that on them. I'm telling you, you will feel the softness. You will feel the moisture penetrating in there. But you must, with my product, you must use alcohol first. You rubbing alcohol 70 to 99%. Reason why is because I need to remove the pathogens and I need to remove the sebaceous oil that's solidified or hardened on your epidermis layer and on your scalp or on your skin. I need to move that out of the way. So Magique 4 is in all my products.
And then also now, what do you have when it comes down to the hair loss?
Magique 4 is hair loss.
Okay.
But again, you are dealing with different sections of hair loss. So I have the product that actually kills or terminate or suffocate the Demodex mite or terminate it. And then I have a shampoo and a conditioner that backs it up, because when these Demodex, they do run. You can, if I put it on a microscope, you'll understand exactly what I say. But these particular ones, it's 11 Magique. This is Magique 11 and Magique 6. It's a shampoo, and you'll never have a shampoo like mine. As soon as you put it on your hair, you will know that you will feel a aeration in your scalp. You will feel the penetration of the product immediately. Listen, you asked me earlier in the last segment about myths. If a product does not work immediately, don't buy it. Or if you bought it, take it back. Or if you bought it and you can't take it back, then go to something else. Why? Because if it's penetrating, it's working. If it's not penetrating, that means it's sitting on top of the epidermis layer, and all it's utilized as a wall to blocking your follicles. And you have follicles all over your human body. You know when you reach down and scratch and there's nothing there? That's a Demodex mite. But we haven't been trained and taught that, nor has the medical world. They're just finding out this stuff because they've been teaching this injection. You asked me earlier about injection for hair growth and stuff. 3/4 of the people I talk to constantly say, I've been doing it for 3 years and nothing has happened. I've been doing it for 5 years and I'm sick of paying that money for. I hear all types of complaints, literally. So my thing of it is that if you want something that's going to stop, you have to have something, a pure oil that can go down and attack the Demodex mite. Look it up, everyone. Demodex mite. And when you find out what that has contributed to all of our follicles and our body all this time, you'll say, oh my God, why didn't they tell me? But go ahead.
Now let me ask another question too. Now, what is your product, or do you have a product for like bags under the eyes? Because I see those commercials all the time where they show the person that came up with that product, that they take their finger and they rub it underneath the bags under the eyes, the dark circles under the eyes, and they show the before and after, within that 15 minutes of time. Do you have a product like that? Because, the one thing about those products is that I see that they work, but then they got to keep repeating it day after day after day. And my question about when I see that is, when the skin then loses the tightness, does it come back worse than what it was before? Right.
Yes. Well, I'm going back to Magique 4. Remember I said Magique 4 is in all of my products. So therefore, what you just mentioned is that those are products that are gels. You don't know you see what it's doing visually, but all that stuff is they put it on your skin and it dries up. When it solidifies, when it dries, it stretches the skin so you look like you don't have bags anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have that the next day now. You go back to your regular bags. You need a product that's able to go to and penetrate that area, take the suppleness and get that there, fill in that area and stretch that out. Again, that's my pure oil. It's always my pure. My soap, it takes out wrinkles. This is not a perfume. You know, you hear all this. There was a men company, I won't say any names, but there was a company out who brought the soap, who invented the soap, and they bragged about how well it smelled. They have taught Americans all over the world probably, but they taught Americans, look for the smell. If it smells good, that's all you need. Well, you got a perfume in lard. So you got a cream on you. So it's smelling good and stuff, but it's doing nothing. It's just blocking the skin. My soap literally penetrate. Soon as you put it on, you know immediately it's doing something. And when you get through and dry it, you feel the tightness that you've had. You feel what it did to you. And it lasts. It's not temporary because you'll feel it all day, the tingling from the soap. No perfumes at all. All pure oil. Magique 4, remember? Magique 4 is the main, that's my master oil, and it's in all of my product. So I know that it's going to stop the collagen snatching out of your skin. All of those things, it kills a Demodex mite that's making those, who's drinking that oils, who's drinking that moisturizer from your skin, and this is putting it back in.
So now, for men, what are some of your products that you have exclusively for men? Because one of the things that people deal with, especially men, when they shave and they need to hydrate their skin back when they shave the epidermis, off their face.
Well, first of all, another myth. Your skin's the same as a female. Your hormones are different. Testosterone and androgen women have and different hormones, but your skin has got the same follicles. It's treated the same way, and the same thing happened. I got this is called a hair glistener, therapeutic glistener. Magique 4 is in here, and what it does is you can put this on when your hair is dry, or you can put it on when it's wet. A lot of men now are buying this. A whole lot of men are buying this now because your beard is dry. It's sticking out. It's poking. It pokes a woman when you put it next to her chin. Immediately, when you put this on, it's smooth. It rolls to the side, to the form of your face. It's soft. It's moisturized, and it's growing them empty spots in there. It's filling those spots up, and also it's making your skin, your hair moisturized, and especially on men neck. The barbers are out there cutting a lot of these. They get razor bumps on the necks and stuff. This product on there will stop all that, and my Magique 4. But it's called therapeutic glistener. That means you can put it on your hair. I can put it on my hair, put it on wet or dry, rub it in, and you almost see a curl pattern go in there. But you put my stuff at the roots. All of my stuff is at the scalp where the product is killing. Well, my product is killing the Demodex mite or terminal.
Now, I want you to, because I know we got to get ready to wrap up, but I want you to give your contact information. I know you'll be tomorrow at the Live Well Detroit, but also if somebody wants to contact you about any of the product that they've heard about or that they've seen, how do they get in contact with you?
My product is called Magique 4, and you will contact me, Gloria Gaines Hanna, at 248-730-3332. Again, that's Gloria Gaines Hanna for Magique 4 product line, and that number is 248-730-3332. And our hours are 9 o'clock until 6 o'clock, and we are online, so you can get products online. But I want to throw something out before we go.
Go ahead.
If you watch this show today, you call and make an order. Do not order off the website. Call that number and call us. Mention that you were on Truth to Power show and that you watched the show, and you will get a discount almost in half. Magique 4 is $70. You will get it for $30. So you call me and let me know, and I'll be, look, he's shocked. He didn't think I was going to offer his audience that type of thing. But I wanted to get it to people. I'm doing fine. I'm here pumping to sell nothing. I'm literally fixing or making and inventing products that's healing people. I want you to try some though. You know, this is a therapeutic inhaler. Do you know how many people out there cannot breathe, or they have sinuses, or they have asthma, or a lot of singers, they can't sing, their mouth get dry, and they need an inhaler. People who have sleep apnea, all those things. Here, you're going to be my guest.
Well, I don't know if we got time to have me experiment on that right now.
Look, it takes one sniff, and you will show them on air how powerful my product is. And you're going to breathe going off the air. So here we go. We're going to take, trust me, take one product, hold one side of your nostril, deep breathe, not so. Now, remove it. Oh, I see your eyes already watering. Now do the other nostril, hold, deep breathe. Oh, you're doing it good now. How do you feel? That's one. This is yours. That's yours. You're going to keep that. I'll give you top back. How do you feel?
I feel like I'm ready to do the next. I need to take this little break because I see Tim is telling me we got to take a break.
Okay.
So
can you breathe? You feel?
I can breathe. I can breathe.
Listen to your voice. Listen.
My voice probably is
clearing up.
Clearing up.
Yes.
So yes, I appreciate you. Thank you. So definitely give your number one more time before we go off the air.
Gloria Gaines Hana, Magique 4 at 248-730-3332. Again, that's Magique 4 at 248-730-3332.
And I get a little ring to go with it.
Thank you. Well, you know, that's the female ring. I'm going to give you the male. See, we have a baseball or golf or whatever. So I'm going to take that off and I'll put the male ring on there.
I appreciate you. Thank you again. Stay tuned. You'll be right back with Anthony Dupree. So you don't want to miss the segment with him with his corned beef egg rolls. So stay tuned.
Mr. Maps Lounge presents a Sunday karaoke concert family affair. $5 cover charge. Every Sunday, kids 13 and under get in free with their parents. We have food and cocktail specials and a menu for kids. Maps the Godfather will also be there during special times. Doors open at 5 p.m. For more information, call Chef Lord at 313-523-7620. Mr. Maps Lounge is a cash-only bar.
To the I Love the Hustle show, Saturday afternoons at 12 p.m., followed by Mr. Smooth's Ballroom and Steppers Express Dance Show on WHPR 15.2 Detroit, Apple TV, Roku, and many streaming platforms. See you Saturday.
Arrested? You have the right to remain silent. Everything you say can and will be held against you. Don't talk to the police. Talk to me first, Attorney Warren E. McAlpine from the Action Attorney Center. I know the law and I know your rights. Whether felony, misdemeanor, drug, OWI, domestic violence, or traffic violation, I can help you. Call today, Warren E. McAlpine, 1-888-292-6908.
Justice for Mario Willis. Truth. Facts. Evidence. Mattered. Log into justiceformariowillis.com. Read for yourself.
Magique 4, an amazing product, 100% pure essential oils. Let me ask you a question. What is the contributing factor for hair loss, hair thinning, psoriasis, eczema, acne, itching, razor bumps, dandruff, and most skin disorders? It has been scientifically proven that the common factor is hair follicles all over your body that is being profoundly attacked, damaged, eaten, destroyed by the Demodex mite, an ectoparasite that lives at the follicle and beneath the skin, that is sucking up and swallowing your sebaceous oils, whose function is to lubricate and hydrate those follicles. Do you want to stop the destruction of our follicles and restore the damage contributing to our follicles? Order Magique 4. Hi, my name is Gloria Gaines Hanna. I am the creator and the inventor of the only product that has terminated, suffocated, and annihilated the Demodex mite. Magique 4. Call 248-730-3332.
Have you ever wanted your own TV show? Have you dreamed of showcasing your talent for the world to see? Well, now you can. Have your own TV show. You can have your own 30-minute show. Not only will you be seen in the Detroit area, but you can be viewed worldwide. For more information, call 313-868-6612. Visit our studios and receive a free TV interview to promote your business, church, or organization by appointment only.
Block time is available. Get yours. Call 313-868-6612. That's 313-868-6612. Executive producer R.J. Watkins. Program director Henry Tyler. 107.5 FM. WGPR HD3. RadioWeCanSee.com.
Darwin Griffin, and we have had a very informational number of guests that have been on the show with us today, and we are continuing in that tradition, and we are now joined by Mr. Anthony Gaines, and he has as you see the samples on the table, he has a product that he has that's egg rolls that has different meat items in his egg rolls. He's located at 18455 Livernois, and he's been in business for about 4 years. So, Mr. Gaines, welcome to Truth to Power.
How you doing today?
We're doing good. But tell us a little bit about you and tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, my father, he started off cooking these egg rolls. We had just started off with one of them, which was the Southwest. That was our #1 seller. He was a chef. He was doing a lot of cooking from home. And the Southwest egg roll got traction from us cooking for the plants like the Big 3 plant and Quicken Loans and places like that. I would take the egg rolls to work with me, and a lot of people would buy them, and they would like them. And it took us about 4 or 5 years, but it got us to the point when it helped us be able to get our building that we have now, where we located at the 18455 Livernois address. And we've been at that location for 4 years. Everybody loved the egg rolls, and like I said, that's basically how it started, just off word of mouth and just cooking and taking the egg rolls to different events. And like I said, people liked them, and they started to love them, and they would just order them for birthday parties or celebrations, and even Christmas and holidays. And like I said, when we seen that, that's when we noticed we needed to get a building to start selling our egg rolls.
So this has been a family business for how many years?
We've been on, like I said, we started out the house for about, it's been going on for about almost 10 years.
This
right now.
started at your home?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what side of town do you live on?
6 Mile, Livernois area.
Oh, okay. So
Yep.
not that far from where you are now.
No, not far at all.
Okay. So how did you now, what is your background?
My background was, I used to just help my father with these egg rolls, basically get them to people that he wasn't able to reach, people that maybe work at the plant, or just some of my friends and stuff like that that had tasted them and liked them. So I worked at Chrysler for almost 12 years, and I had just kind of got tired of working there, and I kind of decided that I wanted to go help my father. And when I left Chrysler in May, before I left, I told him, I said, well, I'm thinking about leaving my job. I want to leave my job and kind of try to do this egg roll thing full time. Because it got to the point I was working sometimes 70, 80, or 90 hours a week for the big three. So I decided that I wanted to take a leap of faith and, try this full time. And when I left Chrysler in May, my father told me, he said, well, I feel like you got it. I said, what do you mean you feel like I got it? He said, I feel like you could take over the business and, you could run it your own way and do what you want to do. This could be yours. He said, most of the time, people in the black community, we usually don't get anything from our parents or our grandparents, anything until they pass away, until they're gone. And he felt like he wanted to pass this on to me while he was still alive and living and able to see it.
That's excellent. Because, that's the one thing. So what would you say especially to a lot of young men and women whose parents worked hard, raised their children off of their business that they had, and then now you've got young people that may not want to ascend like you, took over the business from your father, and now you're, aspiring to grow it even bigger than it was, before. But what would you say to a young person who might be there in the household, their parents had a family, had a business, a family-owned business, and they're trying to decide, do they want to continue in their father or their mother's footsteps, or they want to go off and do something else?
I would say, honestly, and from my experience, I would kind of say if it's not something that you love, don't do it. Because this is something that I love and I really cared about. I was willing to quit my job to do it because I loved it. I seen the happiness and the joy that this food brings to people when they try it. Like I said, we started off from home and people loved this so much that we were able to, our customers basically helped us get this building from their support. So I don't want to say I'm doing this thing for money. I know it can make me money, but I'm doing it because I loved it, and the money is a plus. So I took it over because I felt like it was a lucrative business, and also I love doing this better than I like working at Chrysler or doing anything else. Cooking food for people makes me happy, especially when I get their reaction and they like the food. It's like I said, it's just a joy I get out of it. So that was the reason why I left Chrysler, because it wasn't a joy in that for me anymore. I didn't like doing it. So this is something that I like doing. So if your family has a business or you can inherit anything from your family, I would say don't go along with it if it's not something you're going to love doing, or if it's not something that you're happy with doing.
So now you took the business. Now, when I know that Minister Esther Barganier had mentioned you because you're going to be one of the vendors there at the Live Well Detroit.
Yes.
So now the other thing too is that I want to thank her for connecting us with you today to be on Truth to Power today.
Definitely.
And the other thing too is that when you look at the type of egg rolls that you produce, now what do we have here in front of us?
Well, right here, this one here is the chicken Philly. We still have some Southwest over there. That's the #1 seller. And then this one here would be corned beef. I have 10 different kinds. We have Southwest, which is our #1 seller that basically put us on the map. Then we have chicken cheese. You can get chicken cheese with or without bacon. I have, like I said, chicken Philly, steak, corned beef, cheeseburger, buffalo chicken, veggie for the people that don't eat meat. And also we have pizza roll. That's one of our newest rolls that we have. This thing started off as just like an appetizer, but like I said, once we seen how it took off and a lot of people This was like only a third of the menu that we had. And like I said, once the people were able to taste them, we decided to just make it an egg roll restaurant. That's not what it was supposed to be at first. But a lot of people that I've seen be successful in the food industry, they have a niche. And I feel like this is our niche, and we kind of like figured it out. And we're able to be successful off just selling egg rolls. So we sell egg rolls, fries, and drinks. And a lot of people were asking, like, how do you guys keep a restaurant going just selling that? And people love them so much. That's just how we've been able to stay in business and stay around. And like I said, people love them.
Now, when you say drinks, do you have like the pops, or do you do like
pops, juices, Kool-Aid, and water?
I was about to ask about the Kool-Aid. Okay, so you do Kool-Aid.
Yes, I do Kool-Aid.
Okay, that's what I was saying, because that's what will attract a lot of people to come, especially if they get that blue Kool-Aid.
Yep, I had a blue Kool-Aid.
Okay, that'll work right there. But the other thing too is that when you look at your product, they can come in and they kind of give an idea about like they come and they can they dine in your restaurant?
Yes, they can dine in. We have a restaurant. It's a pretty nice space. I even rent the event space. I mean, I even rent my space out for events. I've hosted birthday parties, a couple engagement parties, wedding receptions.
So they can book your facility to do that
for an event space,
for different events that they want to give.
Yes, definitely.
And now give your information, like in terms of if somebody wants to get in contact with you.
Okay, well, you can always walk in. We're located at 18455 Livernois, and my telephone number would be 313-631-FOOD, which is 3663. For people that don't know, it's just right on the phone. So it's 631-FOOD, and then I have a second telephone number, which would be 313-635-FOOD. So those are our two numbers, and like I said, we're located 18455 Livernois. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sometime we are closed because if someone decides to book our venue for an event, we will be closed that day. I shut it down to give people their privacy for their event, because like I said, I know we have a lot of customers, and I try to keep the customers away and keep people in a private setting when they do book us for an event.
Now, when we mentioned that you were going to be doing the show here at WHPR TV, you mentioned that you have one of your relatives that knows the owner of the station here?
Yes, definitely. I used to always hear Mr. Watkins' name a lot, Mr. R.J. Watkins. I always heard good things about him, and, my grandfather let me know that it was someone that he grew up with and was real close and dear to him. And then when my grandfather, he had passed away some years ago, and you guys did a segment on this show for him, and I had seen that. So when the minister came in and she told me that she wanted me to come here and do the show, and I heard the name R.J. Watkins, I told her then, I said, well, I'm familiar with that name. That's, a real good friend of my grandfather, and I was always told that that's my godfather. And Mr. Watkins also spoke at my grandfather's funeral. And like I said, he had a lot of good things to say about my grandfather, and my grandfather always had good things to say about him.
Well, it looks like we're going to be joined by President Watkins.
What's that? How you doing? What's happening? It's good to see you.
Good to see you. Man, I taste some of that food.
You sure can, do you?
I taste some already.
You did?
Ooh.
Which one did you taste? Southwest?
Was Southwest Mexican?
It had beans and corn and all that stuff in it.
It was delicious.
Yes, that's our number one seller.
So give a quick little elevator speech. Give a shout out. Tell why somebody should go and get the egg roll that you tasted.
Oh, this is my grandson. I knighted. No, it tastes very well. It's exceptionally. I was surprised that it was so good, and I would tell anyone who like egg rolls that you would love it. You would love it. You would love it. I'm probably my mic. Oh. You would love it, man. It's good. It's good. It's tasty.
And you heard his testimony that he gave pertaining to, his grandfather, his father, and looking at the legacy.
Oh, man, his father. Me and his grandfather. Wow. I can't. Words won't. He's my best friend. me and Mike had planned to be together forever. It just, and he passed 3 years ago.
Yep.
And, he's my best friend. You tell me anything you want to tell me. He'll say what he need to say to me, and I would say what I just said to him. And if I didn't like it, so what? You get over it. I mean, that's a real friend, a real friend, and I love him. And when she told me he was going to be on the station today, I had to take a little break. That's why I was late. I was thinking about Mike and his grandfather.
Yeah,
we were tight, So whatever you need in advertising, promotion, you got it.
I appreciate it.
You got it.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Now, when I mentioned that to him, and when he was talking about you, RJ, he was saying that you had nothing. He had nothing but praise to say about you, and he had nothing but praise to say in terms of about the impact that you had on his life.
I was telling my daughter. She heard me say something. I don't talk about this much, but she heard me say something about my stepson, Damon. And I don't look at him as a stepson. I look at him as a son. And for the first time, she was like, maybe a little, because we don't call him stepson, because I had him ever since he was 2 years old. And I'm not going to take too much of your time, but last Christmas he called, and he just gave me praises and praises and praises. And I said, wow, Damon, when I die, I want you to be talking my eulogy somewhat. I'm used to young people meeting me and Damon shocked me, things he said. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but he broke down a little bit. And, he said, thank you, Dad. Thank you for being a daddy to me. So I kind of know what he means when he says that. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I haven't seen him probably. When I see, he probably wouldn't remember me, but the love is still there. So it's just true love.
Because like I said, I never forget that name. I never forget that. I would always hear it.
Absolutely. He automatically got
he's representing.
Yeah. So I'm amazed at people who walk up to me and tell me different things and how they're doing certain things because of me, and they have nothing but love for the station, people who work with us, and myself.
Yeah,
that's an honor in itself.
Now, you knew his grandfather.
Yeah, Mike DePriest. Yeah.
And what's the one word that you would use to describe his grandfather?
Love. Truth. He's gonna tell it like it is.
Yep.
Cuss you out and come on, let's play cards.
And then what would he say about R.J. Watkins?
Oh, dog. Hey, dog, come on over here, man. We call each other dog. Mike dog, Rob dog, Walk dog. We're all dogs. I mean, in a nice way.
and before we let you go, what would you give words of encouragement to Anthony?
Don't give up. Don't stop. It's still rough for me. Things I'm doing, things I want to do, things that come up that you don't know. I'm dealing with some things now that wow. Things come up in your life that you have to deal with. You just got to deal with it. Like the divorce, I just have to deal with it. Mm-hmm. And don't let it stop you. No matter what they throw at you, and kitchen sink, toilet.
Just keep it moving.
Don't let it stop you. Just God's on your side, and your food is terrific.
Thank you.
I can see why you have to close down. And for your clients, it's terrific.
Now tell which one that you have. What was the egg roll that you had?
The one without the meat.
So you had the chicken?
You had the chicken Southwest.
Right, chicken. Yeah.
And you would recommend that Southwest chicken to everybody?
I recommend all of them.
Right. I mean, if you got a meat problem, I like meat, but I can't eat meat.
Yeah.
But if you got a meat problem, he got you.
Well,
I tell you what, if you go over there and don't like it, talk to me.
Uh-oh. He gonna come back.
That.
Talk to you quick then, right?
Talk to me quick.
Right. Well, we appreciate you coming on, and definitely, Anthony, the one thing, President Watkins doesn't usually come up here and speak to guests that we've had on Truth to Power.
Right.
But he made it a point to make sure.
Nope, that one's another chicken one. Yep, you can take one of those.
Yeah. Go ahead. I mean, if you want to get a couple more, you can get a couple more. But we definitely want to thank you, RJ, for coming on and letting him know. And we can tell from the smile on your face that it must be pretty good. So we hope that you don't bite your finger when you're trying to go and eat the rest of it, right?
This is like mama's cooking.
Right. Well, thank you, RJ.
Mamas and grandmamas.
We're going to have another person that's going to sample.
Yep. And that's one thing that I take pride in. I learned cooking from people that showed me, and when they showed me it, I do it the exact way that they showed me. So throughout the past years, my father had been the cook, and I took over and I started being the cook. And some people say the food tastes just as good, if not better. And like I said, these are recipes and things he's learned from his grandmother that she showed him, that he ended up showing me. And it just, like I said, if I can keep it going, I definitely want to keep it going because I love doing it.
Well, you got your biggest fan right here. So, you might want to put him on the cover when you put the packaging out because the smile that he's got on his face now.
I might be on the commercial.
Good. Good. Well, Lorenzo, if you want to come up, we want to give you an opportunity to get your tasting ability to see how you like it as well. So, President Watkins, if you can pass the mic over to Lorenzo real quick. And now describe which ones you've got right here.
We have the chicken here, and then the ones in the darker yellow wraps, the bigger wraps, these are going to either be cheeseburger or corned beef.
Yeah, cheeseburger or corned beef.
Yeah. And then this here is chicken Philly, and then I also have some Southwest ones available also.
But which one would you like to sample? Because we got President Watkins' opinion, and he's still eating the one that we gave to him. But we want to see which one you.
I'll try the chicken Philly.
Okay.
So this is going to be official taste test right here. This is Lorenzo Cox, one of my Cass Tech alumni.
And we also have sauce too, if they want to try sauce with it. Delicious. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
So this is spoken by a true Cass technician that said this. And then we also had the Pershing. Well, we mentioned Pershing in the house as well too. We Cass technicians will mention Pershing at the same time. That's where RJ Watkins is renowned at Pershing High School. Lorenzo's renowned at Cass Tech, along with myself.
I have a couple of the Pershing and Cass Tech guys that come see us now.
Now, your business, thank you, Lorenzo. Thank you.
Excellent flavor.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Keep up the good work.
Thanks a lot, I appreciate that.
And now you have different sauces.
Yes. Like for this one, we'll do like a sweet chili sauce, which is a sweet, but it's a little spicy. And then for the cheeseburger and corned beef, you can either do Thousand Island or mustard or ketchup. And then we also have like duck sauce. We have teriyaki sauce or ranch. We have a couple different sauces just because some people, may not like spicy or sweet sauce. Some people may like, the other sauces that we have. But then you have some people who like duck sauce on all the egg rolls.
Okay. And then I'm going to give you a chance to. Now, you're located again.
18455
Livernois.
Yes. We're on the same side of the street as the Shoe Doctor, and then there's also a new pizza place they have there called Toss and Sauce. We're all located on the same side of the street. It's a couple black-owned businesses, in that area. We're not too far from the Fashion Avenue, so it's a good area that we're in.
So they can shop, and then they can come down and dine at the same time.
Yes.
Kind of like in one motion.
Yep.
And I'm still looking at RJ, still chewing. So he's still chewing that food. So I mean, and then it's like finger licking good.
Yes.
So as he said, good. So like I said, you may want to see on the packaging. But let me say this. I'm gonna really embarrass RJ a little bit when I say this part. Why don't you name one of your sandwiches after RJ?
That's a possibility. Because, like I said, part of my rebranding, even though the name is Binks Grill, that's where everybody knows as. But at some point in time, I do want to rebrand it and give it a different name, and then also give the the menu a facelift. Maybe name the rolls after a couple people or street names in Detroit.
Well, we can
like
ask
that.
RJ. RJ, would you mind if he named maybe the one that you really like? If he named it after the RJ Watkins?
Yeah.
Well, you can do both. I mean, since you represent WHPR, we can kind of like do both at the same time. But we are so now. I know you may want to give a shout out. I know you got staff. Because how many staff do you have?
I have help from my family, but I mainly have, I would say, one person that helps me every day on the regular. Yes, you can. Yep, that's the chicken one.
This is the one that's going to be named after R.J. Watkins. So, what's this one again?
That's the chicken Philly.
It was the chicken Philly.
It was
okay.
the chicken Philly.
So it will be soon called the R.J. Watkins chicken Philly.
The R.J. Philly.
Oh, the RJ. There you go. We got the branding already right there and stuff now. Yeah. So now you say you've got how many staffers?
Like I said, I have a lot of family that comes and gives me a hand, like just on the helping me side. But I have one employee right now that I feel like I have to mention, which is
please do.
Jazzy. Jazzy's been there for me. My father hired her when we first opened up, and she's an exceptional employee. And she, like I said, I tell her all the time, because I work at the restaurant a lot. I do the main cooking, and I really don't like anyone else doing the cooking. So like I tell her, you don't work for me, you work with me. Me and her work and grind it out in that kitchen, in that building every day to get the food to the customers and try to give the best customer service that we can.
And you say her name is Jazzy?
Yes, we call her Jazzy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like I said, she's exceptional at everything she do. She helps me with everything. She gives me a hand with it. And I also want to say congratulations to her because she's a newlywed. She just got married recently, her and her husband.
Oh, congratulations, Jazzy, to you and your husband. So, what's in the future for Binks Grill?
I would like another location at some point, but like I said, it's I have to stay out my own way because I have to have someone next to me and showing them everything that I've learned and everything that goes into these egg rolls, which is kind of hard for me because it's family tradition and something that my father showed to me, and I want to show it to somebody else. But like I said, it is going to take a lot, but rebranding is the number one thing, and getting a new location is the number one thing. And a lot of our customers, they want us to get a liquor license, so I will be looking into something like that also.
Wow. You got a lot on your horizon.
Yes, definitely.
So now, do you plan to maybe franchise your business?
Possibly. It's all, the sky's the limit with it. That's how I look at it. So if it's something like a franchise, or I have some investors that dedicated and willing to take this thing to the next level like me, then I would be, interested in trying to do that.
Well, the one thing that we're proud of with you is that you're staying here in Detroit.
Definitely.
And that's a good thing, because a lot of times most of the businesses, they get going, they're very productive, and then they leave the city and go elsewhere.
Right.
But it's great that you are calling Detroit your home.
Yes, this is my home. This is when everybody was jumping ship and leaving 10 years ago. I always felt like it's gonna get better, and I love Detroit. I got to the point they used to call us ashy, but I guess now they looking at us like we got lotion on. They looking at us like we a nice city, and like I said, I like it for the city. It's better than what it was, and like I said, a lot of people would throw dirt on us, but now they're trying to dig us up, and they want to come here, and this is like a place to vacation to. And a lot of people love Detroit, and like I said, I love what the culture is becoming. It's getting better throughout the years, and as long as everybody stick together and keep going up like we've been doing, I feel like Detroit will be one of those top cities in the next couple of years.
Well, the thing is, so now do you plan, I know you're right there near the, on the cusp, like in the Avenue of Fashion, but do you want to also open up another location, maybe like on the east side? Or
I would love to open up a location on the east side. I feel like that's the only other place I will go. I don't have a problem with the suburbs, but I want it to be to one day to when they look at these egg rolls like they would look at a Coney Island, or they would look at the famous Lou's Deli, or something here that's been a pillar for Detroit for years, like maybe Jerry's Pizza or Greg's Pizza or something. I want us to be looked at like that one of these days.
Well, that's what it makes me think in terms of, say, about naming sandwiches after folks, because it's just like here when you look at, you mentioned like Lou's Deli, that has sandwiches named after streets.
Exactly.
The North Lawn or, some of the others like that. But I know that, we at Watkins Broadcasting would probably be happy when RJ made the statement and said, well, you could name a sandwich after WHPR TV or to name the RJ Watkins, like that part. Yeah. But, we are so proud of you. We definitely would love to have you to come back on again. Because I think the thing is that young people like yourself, you're the legacy. You represent, just like when we had the commissioner, Martha Scott, on with us earlier. And it's like leaving the legacy to someone else.
Definitely.
And you, I know, will probably lift someone else up, just like you mentioned about Jazzy. Jazzy may wind up running that location if you open up another one.
Yes.
Right there in the east side of Detroit.
That's the plan.
and so if you do something like that, I mean, is that something far down the horizon, or is it something that you're kind of, maybe there's some things in the works now to try and make something like that happen?
I feel like right now at this point, I haven't even been running a restaurant for 6 months.
Okay.
So like I said, everything will take some time. I know everything as far as the kitchen side. I'm still figuring out the business side and still just getting comfortable with, taking on everything. At first, I thought it would be overwhelming. Because like I said, when I left Chrysler and told my father I wanted to come work at the restaurant, I expected him to be there with me. And like I said, he basically just told me like it was time to take the training wheels off, and he felt confident in me being able to do that on my own. And that kind of gave me a confidence. So I'm confident as far as being the business owner. And like I said, is the further I go, the more confidence I'll get, and I'll start being able to take on more goals that I have made for the restaurant.
So you're in the avenue of fashion. Is there any other businesses that have a product similar to yours, or is there any competition? Because I mean, I've not heard of something like this. An egg roll that is, has those different, meats and veggie egg roll and things like that. I've never heard of it.
I've seen other people sell egg rolls. Like I know, Asian corned beef, they were always known for doing egg rolls, and I kind of feel like they opened the door for us. We have different flavors of egg rolls, but
you probably have a lot more flavors of egg rolls.
Yep.
So is there any other flavor that you are thinking about maybe experimenting?
Sometimes with some of the egg rolls that we have, the customers created them.
Okay.
Because like I said, when we first started off, we were a restaurant that had a lot of stuff from burgers to salads to steak dinners, chicken wings. We had a lot of stuff on our menu. And my father, he still cooks. He does a lot of catering. He just doesn't, cook at the restaurant no more ever since I took it over. But we were supposed to, like I said, have our full menu. So when someone would come in, they would say, okay, well, hey, I'm here for a cheeseburger. And we'd say, okay, well, we don't do cheeseburger. We only do egg rolls, but we can make you a cheeseburger egg roll. So if we try it out and the customer likes it, then that'll be the next thing that's on the menu. That's like RJ said, he doesn't eat any red meat, no beef or pork or anything like that. So he'll do chicken. And that's how the chicken Philly came about. We had a steak Philly, and someone said, well, I hear the steak Philly is good, but I don't eat steak. So we decided to make a chicken Philly. It's the same ingredients. It's just not a beef or a pork meat. It's just straight chicken.
Now, how did you get acquainted with Minister Esther Barganier?
She stopped by one day and she loved the food. And she told me that she wanted us to be the biggest restaurant in the city because she loved our food and she felt like all the ingredients was fresh. And anytime she comes in, she'll see me prepping, doing some kind of prep as far as cutting a vegetable or cutting chicken, because I take pride in that. Like, I don't want to serve anybody anything that I wouldn't eat. I'm not going to go to the store and pick up a vegetable that look old or look like it's about to be rotten. So I go for fresh vegetables and fresh produce and fresh everything every day. If I can get it fresh, that's how I would rather sell it.
Well, we definitely hope that you will advertise with us so that we can look on the screen and see your commercial and tell Esther Barganier, the minister, that she was the catalyst to make you become the greatest and the best restaurant here in the Detroit area.
Yes, I appreciate it.
But so now tomorrow you're going to be at the Live Well Detroit in Paradise Valley.
Yes.
You're going to have a truck there, or you're going to have?
No, I'll probably have my table set up, and I'll make sure I have all of the selections of egg rolls there. And hopefully they go pretty quick because I'm going to have to get back to the restaurant because I know I got to run that restaurant. People be mad when I'm not there.
Well, I should ask Henry Tyler, since he just came out, did you get a chance to sample any of his egg rolls, sir? And come on, tell what you think, what you thought. We're going to get all of the testimonies that we can get from WHPR. We want you to name some of your product. You might have the HT.
I believe I tasted the beef, like the steak. Was it
cheeseburger?
Is that what was that?
Did it have pickles in it and cheese, or did you have the corned beef?
I didn't taste pickles.
So you had the corned beef then?
Okay.
Yep,
yeah,
I had
it was
corned
good.
beef. Yep.
It was really good. And I'm about to grab one right now.
Yep, this one here is the cheeseburger, and then that one there will be chicken Philly.
Okay, I'm gonna. You mind if
No,
I
go ahead.
grab the chicken?
Yep, they all here for you.
Okay, and I thank you very much.
Yep, no
and
problem.
Continued success to you.
Thanks, I appreciate
and
it.
Continued success to you.
Thank you, sir. Well, I think it's probably inevitable that you need to HT.
Yeah.
Well, both RJ and HT like this one.
That chicken
so
Philly.
you may have to kind of do a derivation on the chicken Philly
Definitely.
and do something a little bit different. So maybe instead
You
of
can
it
get your
being
hands on one too if you want to.
well, don't worry. I'm taking some of these with me. So, I'm not going to sit up here and ain't no shame in my game. But the main thing is that we definitely have to come by and support you.
I appreciate it.
And we definitely want to let you know, too, that whenever you'd like to come back on, we hope that, like I said, you'll, advertise with us because that's one of the things that we're trying to get more black businesses promoted in the city.
Okay.
And so the thing is that we tend to sometimes overlook the black businesses that may be trying to assist. And just like what you heard RJ said, whatever we can do to help promote you and to help accentuate you to be great, we're going to do everything we can, to do something like that. So what we love to do probably sometime in the future too, is to, depending on how things could go, it would be nice to have a show there at your restaurant.
Yes, that would be fun.
Because I see a lot of times, some of the people go out to different places and they do
that'll be real fun.
And I think that would be. That would be a lot of fun.
And that's one thing I wanted to say. I will be back, and hopefully I'll be back within the next month or two because I do have a movie coming out that I would like to come on and talk to you guys about.
Was that right?
Yes. Yeah.
Who's producing or who's?
His name is Miles. He has a company called Shot by Goats.
Shot by Goats?
Yeah, like Shot by Goats. And
like the goat,
yep,
the animal goat.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So his company is called Shot by Goats. You can find him on Instagram on there. But it took us about a year and a half, but we were shooting the movie for about a year and a half. We just finished it up, and I had a premiere last week. And the movie hasn't released yet. We just did our premiere. But I say by the time I come back within a month or two, we'll have it out and up and going on Tubi or Amazon Prime or something like that.
Now, what part do you play in this?
I play one of the leading roles. Guy name is Rome. And it's just it's a very nice Detroit movie. I don't want to spill any beans on it, but you'll definitely have to see it when it comes out. But I had one of the leading roles. I was one of the leading actors in the movie.
Wow. Just a vibrant young man that's just doing so much in the community. Besides the egg rolls, now you're going to be a movie star. So I'm very proud of you. So
Thanks
we definitely would love to have you come back on and talk about, the premiere, and help you to promote that as well, too.
I appreciate that.
So give your location, give your address, again, and if they want to contact your business to maybe arrange, if there's a website or a phone number that they can contact?
You can find us on Instagram at Binks Grill, but we're located at 18455 Livernois, and our telephone number is 313-631-FOOD, food as in 3663, and the second telephone number will be 313-635-FOOD, 3663. You can also reach us on those numbers if you want to plan an event. Our books are open for the holiday seasons also, and we are also taking catering orders for the holiday season. And we're located 18455 Livernois, open every day from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Thank you, sir. Well, we have to wrap up, and I think you've made a lot of people very, very pleased with the tasting and the loving the food that you brought to everybody here.
I appreciate
at the station.
y'all for having me.
We appreciate you more. But you've been watching a special edition of Truth to Power. I'm your host, Darwin Griffin, and I want to thank everyone for being on the show today. I want to thank Mr. Anthony Gaines with Binks Grill. Want to thank Majik Four, and that was Gloria Gaines Hannah. And we definitely want to thank and we want to salute Commissioner Martha Scott on the naming the street Rhode Island after her. So again, thank you for watching, and thank you to R.J. Watkins and Watkins Broadcasting for giving us an opportunity and a platform to do what we do. Have a great rest of this day.